Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality in which I forgot to put in my damn headset. This is our Friday night comedy show. So if you are easily offended, this is not the show for you. If you have delicate sensibilities, this is not the show for you. This is the show where we take the piss out of everything that is light worker, Q, Trump, Biden. We intend to offend. We are equal opportunity offenders. And my equal opportunity offender co-host, Monty Dean, is with me. Welcome to the show once again.
Hello from the future. It's August here.
And hello from the past, present, and future, simultaneously existing.
Yes. The wonders of the cosmic librarian.
Yes, us cosmic librarians, we have such a unique job. We need some very unique people in the library.
Yeah. So how do you actually tell someone shush on a multi-dimensional level?
Shh.
Ooh.
That's how.
That's our show, guys.
You embody it. I've actually shushed a whole collective before. Shh. And they're like, what? Feel the shh. Be the shh.
Have you would have seen Get Smart back in the day?
Oh, yes. Love the show.
There was a great scene that went like 6 or 9 seasons or something. So that's on my list of things to buy. There's a long list. But there was a scene where Siegfried from Chaos, and I love that. There was chaos and control.
Yep.
It took me years to figure, like someone's gone, it's chaos and control. No way. But Siegfried is talking to Max over the phone, and one of his henchmen, they've got a control agent or something like that, and his henchman goes, shush. Did you just shush?
You just shush me.
This is chaos. We don't shush here.
Exactly. We don't shush here. We shush. Bang. We have silent shushers.
Yeah. Also, they did a movie starring, I think, The Rock's in it, but it was Steve Carell playing Maxwell Smart.
Outstanding movie where it turns out that, spoiler alert, it turns out Rock's the bad guy.
Yeah. And I actually had to pause the film because I was laughing so much. Where and it's very rare for me to once you go behind the curtain of comedy, it's like you can sit there and everyone else is crying around you from laughter. It's like, yes, that's very funny because you laughed out. And
how did they do it? Your comedy ends, you're still enjoying it, but no, big how did they set that up?
Yeah, it's like I was doing that. It's like I was using that formula, and nice, it's a reverse. Yeah, but Max and the Chief are in a car, and they're going across the golf course, and they run into a bait shop for whatever reason, like a little shack, and it had how they get fish, and it's a swordfish with the massive pointy bit at the start, and it breaks through the windscreen, and it misses the Chief's head by about that much. Yeah, by that much. And then Max goes, Chief, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh God, I go, please God, no. And I had to pause because I just actually had a laugh out loud. You know when you have those laughing fits, and
those real ones, not LOL.
Yeah, that's another thing, everyone. If you're online and you're on camera, someone says something funny in chat and you type LOL, don't look like this.
Yeah, with a head nod.
Yeah,
head nod is not LOLing.
When I was doing a radio show about 10 years ago, the producer / co-host, you would say something and he would say, "That's hilarious." Yeah, because your reaction just said, "You soulless robot." Then he became a Freemason. But anyway,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. It's very funny about the Freemasons here in Victoria. There's a lot of buildings with Freemasonry, and it says Freemasons of Victoria. And on our community TV station, they have a half-hour show called the Freemasons. They're a secret society, apparently, by having a TV show.
They're on Scooby-Doo's Mystery Friends Hour.
Yeah, I think it's all the lower levels, the ones that aren't brought into the, they don't meet the Orions in the back room while sacrificing stuff.
What I want to know is, if the Freemasons are free, why do they charge to rent their buildings?
And did they make their own buildings?
No, they didn't. They outsourced to the Mexicans.
I think it means they're free to charge whatever they want.
Free to charge whatever they want.
Yeah. And I'm like, why are you a secret society? Oh, we're holding all this information for the benefit of humanity. It's been 5,000 years. Shut up. Tell it. It's not working out that well. And it's all about geometry and maths, but you can get a scientific calculator.
Exactly.
It's the weirdest thing. The nuclear deal that was created in 1985. Apparently, this is a weapon of mass destruction now because that's the level of technology they had back then. Apple Macintosh did an ad where if you get a certain if it's half a gig RAM or whatever it is, it's technically a weapon of mass destruction or a high-end.
You remember the Cray supercomputer when it came out? It was like gigantic. These, 4 of these, are a Cray supercomputer. 4.
Yeah, the 1950s.
This is an iPhone 6.
I think Taiwan's defense system could be run by a PS2.
Yep.
Which they may need with China. So yeah, aren't the Chinese doing well? Because it's like in America, it's like racism and oppression and Trump's a Nazi. Have you seen what China's actually doing by putting people in camps and genocide? Trump's a Nazi.
Yeah, Trump's a Nazi. What I find funny about China is they have been proving themselves a Chinese Communist Party for over and over and over again, and yet their people buy stock. What's wrong there? Yet their banks deal with all the other things. At least when Russia was Russia, when it was the Soviet Union, they kind of followed the rule of being communist.
Well, it is quite funny. Karl Marx, the forgotten Marx brother, has a museum in London, and you have to pay to get in.
The forgotten Marx brother.
Yeah, he wasn't that funny. Always talking about the Porotellas.
He was way too serious.
Oh, Carl's coming over quick. We're not doing a show today. No.
Yes, we got to worry about secret police follow him everywhere.
And yes, we're getting people to pay. We need to buy food. What I find funny about people, communism works. What about Russia, Venezuela, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that wasn't real communism.
So what is real communism?
Well, I thought, wasn't Soviet Union basically the model? The movie Enemy at the Gates, there's a point where on paper it works, but that doesn't bring in free will and love. But
Stalin was never full communist.
No,
he never ran his government like a full communist, nor did any of his predecessors afterwards.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about the Chinese government. When we talk about China, it's the government, not the people. I like to point out, because I know some Chinese people, and they're awesome, mainly because they left China. So that's a big thumbs up.
I know many Asian people of all persuasions, and I have to say something. They have a very unique perspective on life that can be very beneficial to some of the other people out who are lazy fucks.
Yeah.
Okay? Those guys know how to work, just like the Indians and the Mexicans, and they know how to hustle.
Yes.
Stupid American, you stupid Americans don't know how to hustle.
Yeah, well, I'm not American, but I'm there with you. I've realized, I think it was in the last 2 weeks, I've gone from, being a master of limitation, I've gone from lack to slack. So I've moved up.
You have evolved to a slacker.
Yeah, instead of a lacker.
So you are slack and lack at once.
Maybe, but I'm slack at being lack because I'm doing okay.
But you're lax at being slack.
Ooh, that
you always have your line out and catch nothing. Won't.
And yet my kitten is still alive and fed.
Well, your kitten runs your life.
She told me to say that. Yeah.
Yes, I know she told me to say the same thing.
I say that when you're like, do cats are blah, blah, blah. And I always put a post on social media. My cat tells me not to tell you this.
So what are the top 3 things your cat doesn't want anyone to know about?
My browser history. That's one. I don't know. She's got a quiet purr, but a really loud meow, and she's like the temple guard. And she announces every time she walks into the back door, like in the backyard, meow, and then walks in. So I don't know. It's like, I'm coming in. I hope you're wearing pants,
honey. I'm home.
Yeah.
There better not be another cat. There better not be another cat on your lap.
And we've lived with each other for about 7 years, and so there's that connection through communication where I would say 80% of the time I know we understand each other, but when she's giving a full report about she saw a leaf move or something, and it's like meow meow meow, like yeah, the communication device goes flick, no idea, and it's just a cat saying the same thing over and over again.
She goes full Fox News warning. Important news now, exactly.
I want to see that film. Yes, that looks awesome, Robert.
We want to ask everyone here that's got a pet, what are the top 2 things your pet knows that knows you don't want to know what it doesn't want to know about? And so what does your cat know about you, or your dog know about you?
Bathing and going to the toilet. That's something else.
You really like the dead gifts that are brought.
Yeah, a tribute to you.
My cat, if we didn't acknowledge the first gift as good, it brought 2 or 3 more every day until we acknowledged the first gift was good.
Scoffy's not that because there's not much wildlife, because she's got a collar with sort of fake diamonds, so it's sparkly, and a bell to give the rest of the native animals a chance, and she still has a hunting aspect to her, but it's more about playing. And like she would catch very small lizards or skinks or whatever they're called, but she would scream her head off to show, look, Daddy, look what I did. And she caught a family of mice once. She got the father, then the mother, and then the baby. And usually, depending on how I'm feeling Buddhist, I allow her. She doesn't catch it and eat it, but she plays and she's fascinated. And usually I let them go, which is like, no, my new toy. And also, she's so awesome because I kept yelling at her where she go to the toilet anywhere. I leave the shower door open, and occasionally she actually uses the drain to wee in. She actually goes in sits over the drain, goes to the toilet, and then starts scraping the tiles, and then walks out.
Smart cat.
Yeah.
Smart cat.
You yell enough, and she uses the bath to have a shit, which is good because I can clean it easier. It's better than, say, the couch.
Yes, exactly. Better than, say, the couch.
Yeah. Now, with people in the chat with dogs, because totally different scenario. Because if you want a toddler, buy a dog, but if you want a teenager, buy a cat, because there's the difference there.
Oh, it's a massive difference. Exactly. Yeah. What's the main difference between the cat and the dog? The dog will look at you and go, oh, you must be God. You do that. And what's the difference with a cat? A cat's like, I must be the God. You serve me all the time.
Yeah. A dog would jump all over you for 15 minutes when you get home. A cat will wake you up at 5 a.m. sitting on your chest going, I'm hungry.
Yep.
I'm hungry.
Pat.
Oh, you're awake. Good. I'm hungry.
Exactly. Let's go out now. Feed me and let me out.
Yeah. No.
But you've got a cat door. You must open the door, human.
Yes. I remember in Egypt, I was treated much better than this, you little turd.
Exactly. Just for that, I'm going to shit on your front door.
Well, people have been saying that cats rule the world. I always thought it was trees because they're everywhere, but the cats run the trees. So,
well, the cats and the trees, they've got a symbiotic union, because how often are cats up in trees and caught?
Yeah.
And then the tree has the cat.
But they're working together.
Yes, there's a symbiotic cat and tree relationship.
My cat did her walkabout, I think about 5-6 years ago, where I'll just go wander, and she forgot where we lived, and so she was gone for 8 days. That was fun, screaming at the prime creator, it's your fault. But I would find every other cat in the suburb while looking for her, and I was walk at night, just I'm distraught, walking and caring for my little scoff chops. But there was 10 cats sitting around a lamppost having a meeting.
Like a Gary Larson comic.
Yeah, basically, I think it was a union meeting. It was a Friday in a cul-de-sac. It was like, right, chaps, how's the week been? Have you been pissing off the humans?
All right, cat union is now in order. We got to vote first. Who wants to volunteer to have a hairball?
Please welcome Jerry from the Dog Collective. He's just here to take notes.
Jerry, he's friends with many dogs, and he's here to give us secret information on the life of dogs.
Yeah, woof. Thank you, Jerry.
Yes, woof.
So yeah, going back, I don't have any dog stories because for me, dogs are like children. I want to hand them back at the end of the day. Because a friend of mine, Brandon Young, he been around Revolution Radio for a while, and he popped up on Planet Collingwood again, and so it made the title of the video quite easy, The Return of Brandon Young. But he's had a baby girl. Well, he helped create a baby girl. He's the mother did all the work. But I mentioned, I've only got a cat, and the cat cleans itself and sleeps for 18 hours a day. Slightly different from having a child. Mind you, if a child could do that, that would be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Self-cleaning? Holy shit.
Yeah, and 18 hours of sleep.
So just to let everyone know, later on in the show, we may be taking callers, but for those of you that are new to the show, we have had some unique callers to our show. So if you want to be a caller, you must have comedy, no serious bullshit, or you must be in your bathtub.
Yes, because
no choice. That's the only people that get on our show on Fridays.
Yes, I do the readings on Friday. Everyone's from Scotland, from Purley. I'm started adding the past lives now, where a couple of you were actually on Endor when the Empire fell. And you're a stormtrooper, and you're in space Vietnam, and then the trees start talking teddy bear, and that's a trauma that you have to work through now in this lifetime.
Exactly, but therefore you must watch more Star Wars movies.
Yes, well, up until Disney buys it.
So once again, this is not a show for readings. If you ask for a reading, only Monty gives you the reading, and he just said what those readings are all about. If you end up trying to switch it to serious shit about yourself, das Boot. That means you're done.
Yes.
Okay? You must have something comical to say. And when we unmute you and bring you on and you just giggle, I have nothing to say, das Boot.
Yeah, because there's an audience for that. Also, Andrew can give readings, but it's only one word.
No.
You can you can ask 17 questions, but it's just a one word reading. No.
Well, this Friday show, its format is to let down, make fun of, touch into comedy. I was just talking to Monty. This is our 9th show that we've done, and I get a lot of joy out of being able to just take the piss out of everything. So everyone, this is not a serious show. And as it evolves, we will be offending you more and more and more. Right now, we're equal opportunity offending. We're talking about cats and dogs. Just wait. At some point, you will spit out a drink. At some point, you're like, no, did he just say that? You've broken all of my rules. This is the show intended for that. So we ask all of you to pull the stick out of your ass and relax.
And a safety measure that I have is like, we can make fun of the Arcturians. We had a brilliant 2-hour show about the Greys. And if all these high dimensional beings don't like what we're doing, they're not higher dimensional beings because they have a better sense of humor than us. So that's my get out of jail free card. It's like, you're upset about this? Aha. Gotcha.
I want to say thank you, Andrea. Yes, I do look like a rapper who just came out of the COVID-19 bunker. Side note, I have not cut my hair for 7 months. This is the longest, I don't know how I even show you guys, the longest I've gone without cutting my hair. You can see how long it is. Okay? And I'm at that awkward stage where it's pulling out and not going back. So yes, Robert said to leave the hat on backwards. Now I'm the COVID rapper. Oh, bitches. It'll take me a couple of minutes to get the hair back. Fuck it. I'll take the hat off.
Yeah. We can write a country and western ballad called Vaccine. I think that would go.
Yeah, well. We should write a country western, and he's a gunman named Vaccinator.
Vaccine.
He's gonna shoot you at 12 noon in the arm.
From our new album, Will You Be My Quarantine?
Yes, with my quarantine.
Yo-yo co-bitches. Like, I'm not sure if I'm offended because you called me a yo-yo. The COVID cowboys. Well, little partner, you seem you've got a sniffle there. I'm just
exactly.
Henry, get out the thermometer.
Exactly. The 12 gauge thermometer.
I do have a question for you, sir. Have we had any reviews or responses from the Galactic High School cafeteria? Has any collectives gone like, we like what you're doing, please continue?
Yes, we've had a number of people who want to sit at our table too.
Ooh.
Requests. So like the cool kid tables get these requests because you can't just come and sit at the cool table. You have to be given an invitation and an RSVP. So I've been answering a few RSVPs of a variety of collectives that can take the far chair down there, which we may invite to slide up a little bit to offer their jello and pudding to us.
Do they have any names so people can, so I can figure out who am I supposed to be talking to?
We have a very aggressive collective called the Quintaro, who are working on unaggressifying themselves. Okay, Quintaro. Okay, okay. They're like former bullies that are trying to stand up, but they're still, every now and then they fall into some weird stuff, but they're trying to do good.
They sound Hispanic, but yeah, cool.
Well, no, they're actually like 4 legs. I mean, I don't know how to describe them. They've got 4 legs.
That's
like
enough.
Like centaurs, but they don't have centaur. More like 4 kangaroo legs.
Well, yeah, I can see now the bulliness comes into focus. It's like, for those people who've been to Australia, don't box a kangaroo. Those arms have no reach, but the feet will rip the crap out of your guts. They kick the shit out of you.
Yes. And then there's another one. There's another species. They live in gray bodies, but they were very advanced culture people, but their DNA kind of had some issues, so they had to transfer their species into gray bodies, and so they're able to DNA engineer their species, and they're called the Lisbon. Okay, and they come from the Andromeda galaxy, but they're not blue being Andromedans.
Okay, yeah, tourists from another.
No, they're not really tourists. More like, what is it? The group that writes all of the travel channels that go place to place to place, and you go here. That's more what they're like. They've got 10,000 travel channels of what's it like to go to this world and eat this stuff and bathe
Lonely
an elephant
Planet?
Crap over here.
Yeah, Lonely Planet.
No, like Anthony Bourdain. No reservations.
Yeah,
but it's not all about food. It's about the traveling.
Yeah. Oh, so the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
It's not really It's not really hitchhiking. It's more like you got to regularly watch Travel Channel to understand it.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't have money for that, and I waste time with everything else. So I'm not going to. I'll probably start crying. I want to go there, and I want to go there, and I've been there. I want to go there.
Yes, idiots abroad.
So, well, that makes sense. It's good that we're
and we've got a whole cafeteria of people we can go.
Oh, cool.
So we have an unlimited point of view of who we could have come to the cool kids table.
Nice, because Earth seems to be a main event in the galaxy at the moment, so I'm sure would be a unique event in the event of the change.
Which
Yes,
we could sell,
Scuffy.
which we could sell tickets to.
Well, yeah, because we still live in a monetary system, and we pay. That's our opening gag. We pay rent on our planet.
I've made this a joke to a lot of the people who work with me behind scenes. I want to sell tickets to the event.
Yeah, which we're already in. Yeah, that's why I just use the term "the change" because the event has been weaponized, and it's fascinating where. Like it could take 20 years on a 3D level, but because time's changing, not times are changing, time itself is fluid and changes because it's a social construct. In 3 years time by calendar, your experience of time could be completely different. And that's one thing about COVID, where it's like, what's today? August? No way. I should get off the couch. Where the days are long. No, the days are short, but the months are long.
Yeah. And the coolest thing about the event tickets, there's no date on it. So it can never be called off. So I got a question. What should we charge for the event tickets? And what's the headliner on it? So let's ask the audience here to give us some input. Monty, let's riff on it. So we're going to sell tickets to the event. What's the headliners and what should we charge for it?
$13.
Canadian. 13 Canadian dollars.
Yeah, 13 pesos, man. And the headliner would be the Jesus Buddha.
You yourself and I.
Yeah. Supported by Jesus and Buddha's juggling act.
Exactly. Jesus and Buddha's juggling act. Keynote speech by a cow.
An upset gay cow. Sir.
Exactly. So moo.
Fucking moo.
Exactly.
McDonald's.
I don't want to be your leather no more.
Yeah. I am not a fucking handbag. And what's with the milk, bitches?
Constantly on my titties.
Well, he's getting a text.
Gabriel, the event costs the ticket at least one fuck to give.
Will there be t-shirts? That's my question.
Yes, I came to this event and nothing happened.
Again.
And they charged me again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 6th time that the Earth has tried to graduate. See you next week when we do the same thing.
Just like David Wilcox said, wait, it's happening tomorrow. Buy my shit.
And there is a food section of the festival, and you can buy blue chicken wings. And
we are selling blue chicken wings. Yep. Buffalo blue chicken wings.
Yes, yeah, Galactic fried chicken. GFC.
Your 20 and back fried chicken company.
And you only buy one bucket because it keeps refilling.
Because it keeps self-refilling, exactly.
Is Corey Good the Colonel? See what I'm doing there?
Technically, he's the blue chicken colonel, yeah. He's your 20 and back colonel.
Yeah, I'm here to see the Colonel, him dead. Oh.
The Colonel, he's testifying in front of Congress right now.
That's one thing that's popped up this week as well, where people are like, the United States is getting a bit hairy, so we'll leave. And go where? I mean, you can't even leave planet like Mars. Cheney's got all Halliburton all over it.
So at the event, when you were at the event, so what kind of Kool-Aid water cooler talk is there at the event?
Man,
because everyone's around the Kool-Aid water cooler talking about stuff. So what's going on there at the Kool-Aid water cooler talk?
Everyone that's off planet would be going, these humans smell. They really, really smell. That stink.
Yes.
No shadow work. And
I think they call that loosh.
Yeah, loosh. See that we can have loosh showers. Like
yes.
You walk through your loosh purifiers.
Loosh decontamination.
Yeah. Hi, I'm here for the event. Please walk through this spray for the love of the Prime Creator, please walk through this spray.
Please walk through this. It'll help eliminate some of the critters that are attracted to it.
Yeah, and your third eye will be ripped open and squeaky clean.
Just slightly ripped open.
Wait a minute. I was in Mongolia 400 years ago. I'm so sorry. There you go. A lot of forgiveness for past lives, because past lives matter.
Past lives matter. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So let's go a little deeper. What's the main band that's going to play for the event? And it doesn't have to be one band. It could be a variety.
Yeah. Well, Pink Floyd, Public Enemy, and Metallica. Or maybe that's just my version of it, because there's a B into different timelines.
Mozart, Metallica, and Meatloaf. The 3 M's.
Yeah, Mozart opens.
Yeah, Mozart opens, exactly.
Mozart, why are you opening for Metallica? It's Metallica.
It's
What's
Metallica.
wrong with you?
Did you see what they did in Russia?
Yeah.
1.6 million people live.
Oh, Wendy thinking yes, Primus. That would be fascinating, because I wonder what the Galactic thinks of Primus. Oh yes, there's also the Cantina band from Star Wars.
Well, they're like the MC opening music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had 2 songs, so
exactly.
Wow.
They were 2-hit wonders.
yes. And apparently there are Disney have said there's going to be 3 more Star Wars films, and it's like, yeah, I'll just add that to the list of everything else you fucking announced, you wankers.
Oh, George Moran, yes, Guar. Guar would be a great showpiece.
Now the question is, will we would be in a different density or different frequency, so will band members that have passed on come back and join the band?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you have Cliff Burton in Metallica, Syd Barrett in Pink Floyd, Mozart, because I can't really see zombie Mozart getting up there trying to.
That's Mozart and his 4 concertos.
Yeah.
Beethoven, Bach, Beethoven, exactly.
Yeah. Who's the? I think he's a German. He did The Ring. Wagner.
Wagner. Yep.
Yeah, the double bass and the quadruple bass. It's like, yeah, I'm so sorry about my music. Yeah, I did not know Adolf was a fan.
Yes.
I once I release my music, it's out of my hands. Yeah,
out of my hands, exactly. So we can have a variety of dead actors come back and promote it, so it's like giant Farm Aid, Live Aid.
Oh, yeah. Ronald Reagan and Jimmy Stewart try and have a conversation.
Exactly.
Well, now, Ronald. Well, what?
We're trying to get all the dead movie stars to come back to life to promote, so that every generation will want to come and watch this stuff.
Well, have you noticed that Olivia de Havilland passed on at 104? I think she got over a century, and what, they banned my movie? Peace, bitches, I'm out.
Done. I'm done. Peace, bitches.
See you on the other side in about 3 weeks.
Shit. And then we'll have Michael Jackson opening with whatchamacallit, A Smooth Criminal, and talking about the cabal.
You've been hit by, for 5,000 years, a smooth criminal.
The Illuminati's gonna get you. Not today.
And as Michael's dancing with the moonwalk and the punches and the kicks, he actually hits pedophiles like
Yes.
Jimmy Savile.
Exactly.
I love children, but not like that, you sick bastards.
At least I had a play park for them.
Yes, as a distraction. I still think like, oh, he's a pedophile. Why? Because the media says so. Have you tried evidence?
Evidence, the new flavor.
Yeah. Smell the rainbow.
It now comes with chunky truth.
It may get lodged in your throat, but it will slowly go down.
It is hard to accept chunky truth, ice cream. but it will be known as the evidence of chunky truth.
Lisa, I'm with you there. Defrost Disney, because I would love to see him go off at the corporation that is now.
Hell yeah.
What the hell are you people doing?
It could be the opposite. Geez, guys, you followed my vision. We never know. Disney.
Yeah, I'm going with the good Disney, because it's like, it was supposed to be about family entertainment, not money grubbing scams, you bastards.
And what's with this penis pics you put in every movie?
Yeah, you need help, a lot of help.
Yes, I just love to hear Disney go off on his own people.
Yeah, I would love. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. People coming back from history. That's not what I said. Sometimes I do think, I want Yeshua to come back. So like, people, please, wrong, kind of right, wrong. Or even Muhammad. Yeah, gotcha.
Mo of the Three Stooges.
Yeah. You saying Mo was a reincarnation of Muhammad?
Yes.
That's fascinating.
But and again, you're not supposed to have graven images, but womp.
Wise guy, huh? Bink.
It's like Mo was so perfect.
Someone showed a photo of the peaceful process in Portland, where they're burning shit down because it's peaceful. But someone actually has poked a policeman right in the eyes with the mask. And it's like, yeah, Andrew was right. It is turning into the Three Stooges. And the protesters just done that.
I told you.
Yeah.
I told you. And for all of you that are just realizing what my image is, got you.
Oh, someone needs worm tablets. Oh, Epstein. I thought that said Einstein. That's the fun part of not having perfect sight, where you read words wrong. Or the brain goes, that's not funny. Let's change it around.
Yes, my brain does that shit all the time.
Yeah. Someone in a chat room said, you complete me. And I read it as you compete me. Like, them fighting words? What's going on?
Exactly. Just a few people in the chat room are starting to realize what they're looking at as my video's turned off, and they're suddenly assaulted by an image.
And for those playing at home on the radio, it's a unicorn rubbing its ass on the ground, leaving a rainbow trail behind.
Exactly. For all you light workers out there, every now and then you have a drag ass day too, where your rainbows and butterflies don't just shoot out of your ass. You got to do it like a Sharpie pen.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I know you keep sort of hinting at this stuff through all the shows, where the vision of a light worker is like a super hippie, where everything's fine and it falls into place. And I nearly stood on an ant, but I apologized and asked forgiveness and walked around it. It's like, nah, because you could do that, then the bus will hit you because you're in the middle of a fucking road.
I mean, we get examples of them every show. Every show where they think just because they're full of love and light, they have no responsibility to the 3D world.
I think they're remembering when they weren't on the planet. It's like, if you're at that state, you're just like, well, I've finished everything, and you go off planet because you've left school, you graduated in a certain way.
But when you're off planet, you have far more responsibilities.
Shh, don't tell them that. Now, I've always said the first thing that happens when you go into 5D is you're given a 6D bus pass.
Exactly. Remember, everyone, 6D bus pass.
Yeah, you spend an age going, what the fuck is this?
And that's the only way you can come to the event with a ticket. You have to find a 6D bus and give him the ticket.
Yeah, Bashar's younger brother's driving it. So
yes, Bashar's younger brother.
The idea is you get inside and sit down.
Yes. So this is at the point we're going to take suggestions from the audience who want to give us subject matters to beat down, piss on, set on fire, and throw into the universe. One more thing, if you are listening on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or any other mode and want to become a part of the Zoom chat room, it's where we take all of our not corrugated, wrong word, correlated information, and Robert's going to put up on the screen how you can come to join the Zoom room. You can also dial in via a phone and still be able to listen in. Once again, callers, we will be taking you later, but you must be funny or you must be in your bathtub. No other choice. This is not I'm giving you a reading session. Only Monty does that today. And as he said earlier, what the shows are all about.
Yeah.
So, Robert, leave that up on the screen for a little bit. And then we are going to take suggestions here from the chat room. What should we take the piss out of next?
And to clarify, yes, we know that the world is turning into satire and parody. It's very hard to try. Well, it can be easy, but it's very hard as well to try and find comedy because you just have to look at your elected leaders or doctors. Have you noticed there's a civil war with the medical profession in the United States now with Quali Quinogene or whatever, all that stuff? Because someone mentioned semen demon and alien DNA. It's like, this person thinks this. Yeah, so what about
most
the
of the
drug?
conspiracy community agrees with her.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Mind you, it sounds like a really bad nickname for a fuckboy. You're like, hey, man, I'm Demon Semen. You want to stick with me, baby?
All right, let's take the piss out of some Karens. Now, recently I've watched a bunch of Karen meltdown videos, and I have to say, Karens, what's going on with you guys?
Yeah. I'd like to apologize for normal people who happen to have the name Karen. You've joined the group like Debbie Downers and everything else like that, or Debbie Does Dallas. And what I find funny about the whole Karen thing, apart from they're insane, they're saying it's racist. And I'm thinking, white people calling other white people a name is everything's racist now. Like,
exactly.
But
so
it's fascinating to see it's hit the mainstream. And it's a known collective word.
Yes, Karens drink Diet Woke double sugar. Diet Woke triple caffeine. So I want to make a reference. So there's a video I saw. We can't play it here because YouTube will strictly give us video strike videos. But if you type into YouTube, woman casts spell on cop, we'll see a woman wearing a black kind of heavy set, and she puts her hands up in the air and starts talking in light language, "Begone, demon cop!" And she charges at the cop, and the cop backs up and tasers her. Or if you look on Jedi mind tricks don't work on cop. For anyone, I advise you to go and watch that video. And there are Karen meltdown compilations going up to 30. There are a lot of Karens on a lot of videos out there who have gotten caught.
It's interesting how you can sort of lead it back to how the energy of the planet is being ramped up and it's amplifying everything, which goes back to choose your own side. Instead of, I know what's right. I would like to see your manager, thank you. Where it's like, shut up.
You've got a lot of light worker Karens who want to talk to Great Spirit. Now, great God, I want to talk to your manager. Angel, you ain't working me no more, Angel. I want to talk to your manager.
Is that what we call the Prime Creator's third mistake? It's the Prime Creator going, ooh.
Creating of Karens.
Yeah.
One day, Prime Creator's like, you know what? I need a motivator. I think I'll make a breed of Karens. Let's just see how that helps humanity. Oh, fuck. Why are they on YouTube? This was not what they're supposed to be doing.
Now, the male version, are they Kens or Darrens?
They're Chadists.
Yeah. Oh, Chad.
Yes.
Oh, like Chad, Biff, and Muffy. Yeah.
Yes.
So, was that all part of what happened in Seattle? Was to try and bring all the Chads together into one spot and be
there's a Chad and Karen assembly.
Yeah, like there is a country in Africa called Chad, and I just like, yeah, is it just a bunch of fat white guys in shirts going, I don't like this. Where's your manager? What's going on?
What happens when two Karens meet up? Oh, They go at each other.
Karen intensifies.
Yes. Karen versus Karen, round 4. They merge into Voltron Karen.
Oh, would you like to just quickly explain to people who have no idea, the 3 people that have no idea what a Karen is?
Okay, so a Karen is a self-entitled white woman with a very short cropped hair. That's usually the identifier, that they wear very uniquely short cropped hair. Self-entitled, generally racist, and wants to control your reality and believes that they have every right to control your reality. They like to jump out in front of traffic and stop cars and tell people to not speed. They often brake check people. These are the qualities of Karens. They like to come into restaurants and immediately talk to the managers immediately because they're already dissatisfied before they're even sat down.
I had to walk through a door. Why aren't they automatic? I'd like to see the manager. So they're angry mums, basically. Or angry soccer mums.
Not all of them. Not all of them. But a good proportion of them come from the mom category.
Yeah. And it's just fascinating the rise of Karen. It's happened in the... there you go.
And ironically, this woman that's now like the poster child of all Karens, and she's actually a very intelligent woman with multiple degrees, but she got caught being a Karen, and she's literally for all of eternity the poster child of all Karens. Imagine her karma.
Yeah, what I do that where like I've had friends where things keep happening, and I'm like, what did you agree to before you came here?
Exactly. What did you agree? It's just like those cats who have been like contracted to get 50 million views for missing one jump and head first into something.
Yeah.
Cat, how do you do that? Karen, what did you do?
Yeah. Well, on the reverse of that, where it's like, well, I mean, obviously it could be because I've gone from lack to slack, and I need to do the work to have abundance instead of like famous and rich and everything. But some people they insinuate like, well, in past lives you've been that famous rock star. And I'm like, yeah, why not now? Why can't I remember it? What did I do fucking learn?
Oh, you didn't learn about the sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah, I remember when I was a monk in the 1600s, and that's why I have an aversion to the church. But there, remember that one.
So let's explore for a second. This Karen, what karma, what things she would have had to do to become the poster child of all modern Karens? Well, first thing, she probably held public office, like was a king, and had off with their heads with many, many people, and then finally, like everyone saw the king, without his clothes on and for what it was, something to that effect. Or, my God, Karen, you must have been a pharaoh of another lifetime who really pissed off his followers.
Yeah, it's an element of control. That's the whole idea of I want to see a manager like this fork was on the wrong side. It's that whole thing of it's part of the control mechanism of domination and control, because you get where people I would say everyone listening, you stay in the now and let life unfold. But there's certain people's like, no, everything has to be rigid and detailed. And it must go the same way in my mind, and I manifest it and everything. And so the universe has no way of actually trying to show you something different and exciting. And then they get pissed off. Like, I'm going to go to the restaurant. I'm going to have an awesome thing. I'm blah, 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 blah. And by the time they get, and someone nearly hits them in the car in the restaurant car park, and they spun off.
It's usually they hit somebody in the restaurant car park with their car. And then blame it on somebody else. That's how that goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so because it's not part of their constructed artificial timeline, their story, it's outside of the story, and they freak out like, "Oh, right. Like?" And now I'm angry because they. After watching you for so long, especially this year, where I've discovered the Thursday show. You need a t-shirt. It's like, it's me, isn't it?
Yep. It's all you.
Yeah. When a Karen has it, it's me. Their anger intensifies. It's like, no, it's bloody not.
Exactly.
And then of course, they spread their love or anger. And it's they blame everyone else for what's happening in their lives. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Exactly. So I want to thank Lori for saying free tantra for Karens. Holy shit. What would sex with a Karen be like? I want everyone to contemplate that the second. What would sex with a Karen really be like?
No, you're doing it wrong. Your brother's so much better.
I want to talk to your manager.
Yeah. Get
your mother on the manager.
Phone. Get your mother on the phone. I would like to have a complaints department.
Do you have a complaints department?
Is that when a Karen's born? It's like, see, that's what. Yeah, they're upset that they're born, and they went through the birth canal, and it's like, that's it. I'm pissed.
Tina, you gotta lick it. You gotta lick it. I gotta put barbecue sauce on it or something.
That's why a
Karen uses teeth all the time.
That's why a baby cries when it's born. It's like, where's the manager? Where? Or sometimes it's like, let's call her Karen.
So,
no,
instead of a dominatrix, it's a Karenatrix.
I think I've seen that film.
Karenatrix.
Robots. You were worried about Skynet. It's KarenNet.
Karen doesn't go down there. Thank you, Lori. That or Karen's just a dead fish and shuts up the whole time.
Yeah, well, if
then complains afterwards.
The Karen goes down to Georgia. I like playing this game, where you just take one word and you just go through all the titles. And Karen for All, Dark Side of the Karen, Seasons in the Karen in the Abyss. And once you hit the Beatles album titles, you mine that for a while.
Exactly. What junk does Karen have in her trunk?
Thank you, Robert, because I can see, like, how did you get through the event? Well, I'm a Karen, and I was upset with our reality, so we're leaving.
Exactly. We complained the whole way through.
Yep. I don't like this, and I would like to remember who I am. Thank you very much. I would like to see the Prime Creator. The UFO lands. Where the hell have you been?
Exactly. Looking at their watch, tapping their foot.
I know this is a construct, but you're fucking late.
David Wilcock told me you'd be here 10 years ago.
And another thing, David Wilcock.
Have you taken care of 5G yet, aliens? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, you'll learn something. Come to Earth, you said. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, sex with a Karen.
No.
Yeah. I'd take it as a challenge. I really would. I'd take it as a challenge. I can beat the Karen programming. I know I can.
And a good time to bring it, 4 months into a pandemic where everyone's just like backed up. It's like very toey, like, how about sex with a Karen? All right.
All right, exactly. All right.
How long's this going to go? And she has to wear a mask.
Yeah, I actually think it'd be just tell the Karen what they want to hear. Come on, 5G. Go on, Karen. Tell me about 5G.
You're a sovereign being. It's interesting where it seems to be the conspiracy is popped up again, because like here in Melbourne we've had people breaking the lockdown rules, and they're being called conspiracy theorists. One of the famous ones, she filmed herself going through a checkpoint with no mask and not giving information, and it's all connected to the birth certificate stuff. Blah 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 blah. She's been arrested, and of course that could be the end of it. But they found out that she's a stripper and a topless barmaid, and so that's all blown out. It's like, oh, she does this, and she's gone to swingers parties, and there's stuff that we can't even mention. It's like, yeah. What really is this the level we're at? Like she challenged you on the legalities from a human perspective, and there's a health issue. Yeah, but she takes her clothes off, and I'm not allowed to touch her, so I'm going to just tell everyone else about it.
So somebody in the chat room says, I haven't seen a good looking Karen yet. Yes, you have, but you just wouldn't touch them with somebody else's dick because they're that damn crazy.
Yeah.
You're good looking, but no way. No way.
Yeah, now Harley Quinn's not a Karen, but she falls into that. It's like, she's really hot, but I'm not touching her. She's insane.
She's insane, exactly. Crazy fuck.
Yeah, pretty lady, but there's nothing. She's a homicidal maniac that kills people.
Yes, there's a good looking Karen, but unfortunately, that Karen's got a dark side. And somebody was saying, do you cuddle afterwards? No, you get bitched at afterwards.
Yeah, there's 45 minutes of crying.
Yes, it's all your fault.
Yeah. I'm sorry. You better be sorry.
Exactly. Next time when I tell you to wear the mask, you wear the mask. You don't take it off to lick me.
You do as I say.
Karen's like mask rides instead of mustache rides.
Yeah, Karen rides. Oh, it's like the haunted house thing.
Karen sadomasochist, exactly. All they yell at you is about baby raping lizards, 5G, and other conspiracy flat Earth Karens.
And of course, at the end, she will say, "Why are you here?" Karmic resolution, because I can't be stuff reading the revocations.
Exactly, because I can't actually put any effort into bettering myself.
Yeah, I get a bit on the side, get yelled at, and like, fine, and then walk away. Just drop the karmic crap and the baggage. 50 ways to leave your Karen.
50 ways to leave your Karen.
50 Shades of Karen. Also,
what's dirty talk from a Karen?
I want to see you, manager. You're the manager.
I want you and your manager.
Yeah.
But it's not what you think.
Yeah, she's polite, but still there's a backhand. I've loved what you've done the place, but you can do better.
Exactly, you can do better.
And hear how you can do it better. Tell me you'll do the dishes. I've done that where you ring up a place like girls will do anything. Oh, cool, because the back lawn needs to be mowed. So, how are you good with a hammer?
Dirty talk. I didn't use hand sanitizer today. Oh, thank you, Byron. Thank you.
Darling, how about tonight we don't wear the mask?
It's a glory mask. Just cut a hole in it.
Yeah, which I think Canada said, like, if you have to have a sex, make sure you have a good wall between you.
Built by Mexicans and paid for by Mexicans. Whoa.
Oh, that's one thing as well that's popped up is the quality of Chinese construction. That's interesting. That's popped up in the collective, where you're just looking at a building and it slowly falls apart. Where concrete walls are being used with corn cobs, and people walk into an apartment building and they start scratching the walls and it's turning to dust.
Well, this is semi-serious, but back in 2000 to 2006, there was this massive influx of Chinese drywall or gypsum board that was radioactive.
Oh.
And all throughout, because you had Hurricane Andrew, you had a variety of other hurricanes, so the need for drywall and pressed board to replace all that stuff, and it all came out of China, poisoned to shit. Now, Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot, all of them have these ongoing mega lawsuits against Chinese producers who just have declared bankruptcy and come up as another company. But they're still, even to this day, sending irradiated gypsum board to the United States, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Wow. I just imagine it's like, wow, this is great. Turn the light off. Oh, there's no light in here. That's just the wall glowing.
That's just the wall glowing. Exactly.
Yeah, but in China, the quality of construction there, where they had an apartment building and you could just see bits of the wall slowly falling off and just sliding, and it's like, Wow. And that gets us to the Chinese dam, the Three Gorge Dam or something, where they didn't actually build into the bedrock. They just built on it.
Yes, and now they're having the greatest flooding they've ever had in history, and there's a high risk that the dam could collapse.
And that will affect a third of the population in China or something?
Yes, as many as 80 million people could be swept away in the initial wave of water.
Is that the what? Is it the Yingxing or the Yellow River where? Because I saw a documentary where that screwed like Tibet and India and all that because they dammed it. But in certain parts, if you're behind the wall, the river level went up 80 meters, and so they had to move all these villages and everything up 80 meters up.
No, they moved them to other places. Most of them they couldn't move them up. Yeah. And that was forced moving. They paid them like nothing or didn't pay them at all and said, the water's rising in about 6 weeks. Bye-bye.
you have to get out now. So, that'll be, I'm sure some Christians say, that's God punishing the Chinese. But 80 million, now that's a lot to us, but out of a billion, not so much.
It's a small. It's just the first wave of water.
I've seen the movie The Dam Busters. I know how this will end.
Exactly. A lot of water.
Yeah. Which is based on a true story, it is quite fascinating. If it's worth seeing, if you can watch old movies, I recommend it. When you see an old film or TV show, the good thing is to find out when it was made and put your mind into it. Because I've been watching a lot of Tom Baker's Doctor Who. And in 1977, an episode would be £20,000. Because I'm sort of defending it when people are, but it looks shit. It's like, okay, well, you travel back to 1977 and you build something. You can't even do the same thing with £20,000 now.
Pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
And that's if you sort of take that critical element of, it's like Citizen Kane, which was 38 or 1932 or something like that. Yeah. It is a groundbreaking film. For me, I may have to watch it again, but it was very long. But that was the style. It was to have those long scenes. But if you look at it in its placement in the 30s, it was groundbreaking, and it's affected that's why a lot of people said it's one of the greatest films ever made. And it was all part of the ascension into, dare I say, Endgame, Avengers, as an example. Bit of a long bow, but there's a connection to have that epicness and everything else like that. And it's just good storytelling, and Orson's thin. All
right, so we're at a point. I think we're gonna take a 5-minute break here. Normally we just go 2 straight hours of laugh, but we're gonna institute a 5-minute break. So everyone that wants to go and take a real piss, get a new drink, just come and sit back down, send a like and a share, and get some more friends to come in and listen to the show. Robert, let's spin up the little commercial breaky thing we're gonna do, and we shall be back in about 5 minutes.
Okay, see you in a few.
Cantor, Louisiana, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is William.
Hi, William. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
So what kind of questions do you have today?
Yes, I was wondering, tell me how many lives do I have left here on Earth before I can get out the Galactic Ascension machine?
It's an interesting question. Have you listened to a lot of the material?
Yes, I have.
So what does the Galactic Ascension machine mean to you?
It's a karmic resolution machine.
Okay. Have you completed all of your karma?
I'm not certain.
So then what is the point of wanting to leave something that's meant to resolve your karma?
I guess I meant it more like, you know, I'm not saying I want to leave now. I'm just curious on how many more incarnations or reincarnations I have until, let's say, they drop the Galactic Ascension machine. And
there you go.
Home.
Now you've engaged your genius. Perfect. And you've answered the question. And the answer is, what is your perception of linear time? And why does it influence you in seeing incarnations and reincarnations as not already happening with you already out of the Galactic Ascension machine?
I never thought of it that way.
Because everything is perspective and point of view. As I've said on a number of shows, linear time was solely created for this reality. No other place uses linear time like we do. None other. That's why it's a unique experience, and the Galactic Ascension machine is such a highly prized machine because it is a belief engine. There are no moving parts to it. It's an engine of belief, woven together through thousands and millions of generations that were born in DNA skin suits that were here to do what? Resolve karma. 987,000 skin suits hold all of the resolution. That's how many different versions of human beings there are. A little under 200,000 of those skin suits live on the surface of our world. So that's a full 80% of our soul family is not even available on the surface of the world. This longing you feel to be free is really the longing to simultaneously exist with all of those beings that matter in the greater strength of our soul. And it is only our perception that limits us from connecting to them. That's why in the course, Living the Mystical Life Daily, there is a meditation teaching that is by design to create soul family reunion. Have you seen that one?
I've gotten the one with the heart meditation, yes.
So this is called the Soul Family Reunion. So this is actually in the course. It's the 8th meditation teaching. And in this one, you go through this process of claiming your energy, getting your spot in your soul family council of elders, making it a master emanation point, becoming part of hierarchical and non-hierarchical time. And then you make a declaration to all of your soul family members to come and have a soul family reunion here on Earth. And then there's an additional process that solidifies that with an RSVP process that asks those soul families in the right and perfect alignment to come and visit you in the dream space of Earth. That right there, you're outside of the Galactic Ascension machine. As multidimensional, multifunctional photonic beings of light, one perception is not our limitation. We have thousands of perceptions we could have simultaneously, and it not affect and damage this reality. That's greater awareness.
Welcome back, everyone. As we have just had our interesting little break on the Galactic Ascension machine. Now we're going to turn things on a little bit more serious here. We're going to take suggestions now from people that are in here in the Zoom chat room about what we should take the piss out of next. So if you are listening in Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, or any other place that you are currently listening to and want to come and join the show, Robert is going to put up some information for how do you to come and join the Zoom room. This is all the information you need to know. And for all you people who cannot copy paste off a live screen, yes, you may have to actually write it down.
I have to type. No way. I like that. I talk to people. I mention to people occasionally the Galactic Ascension machine. It was like, what, the funk band from the 70s? No. I want to travel back in time and form a band and support Parliament. The Galactic Ascension machine. Well,
Exactly.
So come.
Exactly. So Funkadelics.
So, any musicians out there, you have my permission to use that and start a spiritual funk band called Galactic Ascension Machine. Yeah, baby.
So Gabe is saying, suggestion, tech CEOs who testified on their own information.
Well, for starters, Zuckerberg looks like Data from Star Trek.
I have to say one thing. I caught a little bit of here or there, but I caught a synopsis of Zuckerberg's testimony where he's like, you all blame Facebook for everything, but we're like the 28th or 29th record holder when it comes to selling ad campaigns. YouTube and Google are number one, and the closest number two is like, $11 billion apart, which is Amazon. Facebook as a consumer and abuser, we're really on like number 29 compared to all these other tech companies who fully have their own monopoly. So I gotta say, bravo, Facebook, for saying that, but you're still a bitch.
Yeah. It's interesting with Twitter where they remove all the videos of those doctors in front of the state capitol, and they're censoring all, shadow banning conservatives and alternative media, but they allow all the pedophilia on there. It's like, oh, we can't do that. Sorry. Like, I've seen a thread where it's like, yeah, I think 8's a bit young, but 13's fine. Like, how is this allowed on? Like, that's the level of stupidity, the hypocrisy. There's a board game. Welcome to hypocrisy.
Exactly. The hypocrisy, the board game.
Yeah.
And the other thing was when Bezos did talk, man, it's a reminder of how slippery of a fuck that guy is.
Yeah.
He is one slimy speaker.
Yeah. In the instructions for hypocrisy, it keeps talking about a dice, but there's no dice.
Exactly.
Roll a 3. With what?
With what? Well, look, I just rolled a 3. How'd you do that? Amazon?
I've got a 6-sided dice. Roll an 18. What?
Exactly. Roll an 18. Thank you, Facebook, for generating virtual dice for me.
Yeah, only cost me $5 a month.
It's just a matter of time before like those back alley dice games make it onto Facebook, if it's not already there. And they come to your wall to collect.
Using elephants. Yeah, we don't forget, man. Yeah. What elephants, are they native to Earth, or are they connected to a galactic collective? Because
so pachyderms are not native to Earth, but they've been here long enough to say that they're native to Earth.
Yeah, and I'm sure they remember everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Now that's fine. Like when they discover something like cane toads don't like cocaine, someone wanted funding. How do you know this? Like, elephants never forget. Have you been following an elephant around for 20 years and you punched it in the nuts when it was young? And
it still charges you every time?
Yeah. What type of study are you people doing?
Well, they love punching elephants in the nuts then.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's you.
So Santo was saying to talk about borders of the future. There are no borders in the future. That's what's going to talk about. Borders, papers, no more.
Or we've all been borders on the planet Earth for millions of years, and it's time to go home.
Exactly, back to Earth without any borders.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I went to boarding school. Really? Where? Earth. Oh, please sit down. Tell it. See, that's a fun. Oh, yeah. Like, that's just scary. That's going to be happening once this little show is finished. We go out into the galaxy and explain to people our experiences here. That's going to be fun.
Exactly. That's going to be fun. So what did you guys do on Earth? Well, we had this thing called domination and control, and we had this organization called the Cabals, and they gave us information overload, and we believed everything they said for 150 years. Then a whole bunch of Karens took over, and then they gave us this COVID-19 thing, and Karens told us we don't have to wear a mask, and the other Karens said we had to wear a mask, and then we all woke up because we're all pissed off at Karens.
Yeah. And masks, yeah.
And masks.
I've got like I don't know if it's called a muff or something like that, but it's a circular scarf type thing that you put over your head and you can neck warmer on. So I wear that. So technically, it's a face mask, a face covering.
Same thing here. Yeah. That's called a bandit's mask.
Yeah. And I only leave the house because I've been a hermit for 6 years. I just go and buy food or supplies. However, being a Pisces, I don't lie, but I don't tell the whole truth. And so I'm waiting till it's over because I don't want shit thrown at me. But yeah, I never wore a mask and I left the house when I wanted to. I'm not lying, but that's exactly piss off a lot of people. Yeah. What? Wow.
So somebody in the chat room saying is Karens are part of Great Mysteries Plan 2. No, Karens want you to think that. Great Mysteries like, we ain't having nothing to do with them.
Yeah. It's all part of, trust the plan. What plan?
Karen's plan, exactly. No. I trusted Karen's plan.
I would love to know.
How do we know Q's not a Karen?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I've seen it spelt that way. QAnon.
Yes. QAnon, Karen.
I would love to know the Prime creators' reaction to Karens. Where the fuck do these people come from?
Exactly. Well, the fuck, unlimited point of view and all, but Jesus Christ.
Yes. No, not. Just sit down.
Karenon. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan, for Karenon.
Like at in entertainment, but is it canon? But now we can say, is it Karen?
Has it been Karen approved?
Yes.
Because unfortunately, the whole conspiracy community is run by a bunch of secret Karens in the background. They're the big Facebook posters. They're the they're the conference organizers. And I've said this on a couple other shows, and privately I've talked to people and I make a joke, but I'm serious. The whole conspiracy community is really run by a bunch of grandma Karens in the background. And I'm dead serious. Yeah. I'm dead serious. A bunch of grandma Karens in the background running it.
Laurie in chat, thank you very much, because I just had an image of Liam Neeson as Zeus. Release the Karen.
Yes, unleash the Karens.
So Cthulhu is a misspelt Karen.
No, it's an offspring of Karen.
Okay, yeah.
It got adopted.
He was forced into it. Yeah.
No, that Karen realized that Cthulhu got vaccinated. She can't have him. He got vaccinated.
I shared a meme of vote Cthulhu. Yeah, why not? For 2020.
It's better than Trump and Biden.
Yeah, or Bernie, and yeah, it's. It is so funny, especially that's the best way. Like I've noticed people as well where I hate Trump, but he's helping stop human trafficking. Ooh, but a lot of people now are sort of just stepping back and just watching the shit show that is politics, and it's like, yeah, this is funny. 2020 really needs better writers, though, as a show.
Yes. And thank you, Danny, for saying No Lives Matter, Cthulhu 2020.
Actually, Babylon B did a great article about that where the atheists are doing No Lives Matter.
No lives, exactly. No Lives Matter.
So I know we talked about this where I'll have to watch it again because we got up to 20 things when this disclosure or the awakening happens. And I think I showed a different perspective on the atheists, which you liked as well, because once they realize, wow, there is spirituality, they'll turn to the religions that are freaking out anyway. So they get the double freak out.
Yep. Wait, religions had truth to it? Oh, fuck.
They're not doing well. They're not doing well either.
Exactly, because all the atheists like, Catholics, I really made fun of you a lot. I don't know if you're going to like me. You guys are kind of vindictive. You talk about forgiveness, but I don't know. I think I'll start with the Buddhists. Oh, fuck.
I've talked to atheists, and it's like, we're having this same conversation again. We've done this for 4 lives. Where it's like, you aren't a soulless meat sack. You're a multi-dimensional. No, I'm not. Oh, this conversation again.
Exactly. Wow. This conversation again. What is an atheist?
Somebody who believes they're their own existence. Therefore, they still believe in an existence.
Yeah. Slack Lives Matter Generation X. Thank you, James. Being Gen X, it's like we're one of the better generations because in a respect of you have a not judgmental point of view, being a neutral observer, which sounds very Gen X. It's like, look at all our reality. Yeah, whatever.
So I just want to take a little nibble out of Q here. Because Ryan, Emanating Sovereignty, came up with Karanon, I would really like anybody that's a researcher and wears that as a red badge of fucking courage to start instituting into some of your QAnon communities Karanons and just see how they react.
Yeah, is that a tribe from the Middle East? I've seen
Karanons, because unfortunately, Chadanons and Karanons really are the mega posters that keep QAnon going. You take the Karens out of Q, there is no Q. And I'm fucking serious here.
Like you have asked on a couple of comedy shows ago that we should create our own conspiracy theory. What if the Quran is misspelt or not pronounced the correct way? It's Karen. Karen,
exactly.
Karen from the Book of Karen. Wow. Hello to all the Muslims watching.
Where one Karen goes, all Karen goes.
Yeah. Where one Karen goes, everyone's upset.
One post to rule all the Karens.
Lord of the Karens.
Lord of the Karens.
Yeah. Fellowship of the Karen, the Two Karens, and the Return of the Karen.
And the Return of the Karens, yeah. And the Battle of the Five Karens.
An unexpected Karen.
An unexpected Karen, exactly. That's when Karen suddenly jumps into your reality.
Yeah, it's so weird where there's footage of a lovely mother taking her toddler for a walk in a stroller, and this insane woman wearing a mask walks all across the park to yell at this woman. It's like, well, don't come near me.
Like, yeah, exactly.
You were physically distancing by about a mile, but you came over to yell at me because not wearing a mask is the end of humanity.
All right, so here's one out of San Francisco. So a couple, they're off of work, and there's a married couple, in their 30s and 40s. They decide to have lunch and go to the park. The one had a dog that was currently on the leash when this Karen came from far away because they weren't wearing a mask because they were eating. You can't exactly eat with a mask on. To tell them they had to put masks on and that the dog had to be on a leash. They had already started filming before this Karen because this Karen was shouting from across the way. So you can see the dog on the leash and you can see that they're eating. And this Karen begins to argue with them and she just goes going and going and she decides to pepper spray the two of them. Okay? And they get us on footage. They go to the police. This Karen is arrested. And this is not the first time she's pepper sprayed people for not wearing a mask.
Yeah. Someone mentioned taking the piss out of Doctor Who. Here's 45 minutes of material. Someone's started calling the new Doctor Who the 13th Doctor Karen. Dr. Karen.
Dr. Karen, yep.
Yeah. And if you've seen it where it's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. And then on the same stream, someone said, yeah, they're going to invent a new Time Lord villain called the Manager. You got the Master and the Rani, and now the Manager.
So I have a new letter for LBGTQK.
Yeah. And the P's are trying to add into that as well. It's like you've got to draw the line somewhere.
Exactly. So it's now LGBTQ and K.
Yeah.
And the LBGTQs do not like Ks.
Yep. And the Ks are campaigning to have the K put first.
Exactly.
So KLBGT.
Exactly. They want to speak to the managers of the Rainbow Movement.
Yep. Karen lives matter more.
Exactly. Karen lives matter more.
Karen and Kanye, or see, yeah. Have you seen that meme of like the Greys? They're watching TV. It's like, what are you guys up to? We're watching Earth 2020. Shit's getting real.
Yeah, they're selling tickets to this event, and I'm thinking about buying some.
Yeah.
Keep advertising to me the event is coming. There's gonna be a bunch of bands, all these dead actors coming back from nowhere.
See, yeah, we tried First Contact, but we bumped into a Karen. Didn't go well.
Didn't go well, exactly.
Who are you supposed to be? Where we being referred to as the Nordics? Well, get the fuck off my lawn.
Why did you land your ship on my lawn? Do you have permission? Exactly.
I've joked that before. It's like I really wanted a UFO to land on my lawn so I could just say get the hell off it, and that's probably why I don't see many.
Exactly.
I know that. As I said when you did that show about connecting to the Arcturians, I have a connection, but the way I described it, and we've taken the terminology and ran with it, is I'm in the Galactic High School cafeteria, and one of the cool kids nodded at me. I'm like, hey, all right,
Hey, exactly.
I don't need to talk. It's like, hey, I've got your back. All right, I'm just going to keep reading my book.
All right. So, Monty, I think we're at a point where we're going to take some calls, but before that, there are 3 people that have their hand up. Mark Edwards, Jamie Suss, and R.C. Barron. If you have nothing funny to say, put your hand down. If you're asking for a reading, put your hand down. If you are in the bathtub, you can leave your hand up. If you have a joke, you can leave your hand up. If we send you a request and you have nothing fun to say and you're all super serious, you're going to get the boot. And we're going to move right on to someone else.
You will be Karen'd.
You will be Karen, and I will talk to your manager. Now, Ignacio Gomez, yes, you finally raised your hand. Now, you had said for all show you have something funny to say. You're a super comic. So we're going to put the spotlight and have Ignacio Gomez to come on. Robert, send him a request to unmute.
Da, 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 da. Please welcome.
Okay, you're live.
Ignacio, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from Florida.
Welcome to the show. What funny stuff do you have for us?
I wrote a bunch of stuff down. I hope I can get through it. So anyways, I wanted to say, well, I guess this is the theme today.
Yes, it's the take the piss out of everything show.
Yeah, well, Florida, isn't that the Karen state of the United States?
It's the second Karen capital of the world.
The second Karen. It's the weather. Yeah,
exactly.
Florida, man.
Karen's vacation there a lot.
The headlines that come out of here, man.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so what do you have for us?
Well, you want to go through some of those headlines?
Yeah.
Well, that's the point of calling.
Make us laugh. Or I'm going to talk to your manager.
Well, anyways, this kid calls the cops because his PS isn't working, his PlayStation.
Yes. It happens all the time.
Yeah, no, you're from Florida.
10% of all 911 calls are about PlayStations.
Yeah, but being from Florida, it's like that sounds very possible. Yo, man, I can't get past the final boss. Get off the phone.
I don't know. I guess cocaine was a thing here before, and that still lingers.
Well, yeah, at least bath salts just into my head. So
and we're not talking Epsom salt.
Yeah. Karen's on bath salts. There's a movie.
Yes, Karen thought it was Epsom salt.
Anyways, what's with the audience, man? You got callers and no one's funny. I guess it's hard, when it's
Yeah, I know. We're experiencing that from you too.
Yeah, I'm feeling
you're
bloody
funny.
cheap, man.
See, that's why we're professionals. One way of doing it. Mind you, I'm just talking to a computer and my cat's sleeping over there, so it's all perception. Same thing where
Well, anyways, Andrew, you get calls a lot.
Well, yeah, in a call-in show,
Yeah, I get call-in shows all the time.
I remember last show you said, we can talk about anything you'd like. And people are like, yo, I'd like a Catholic reading, please.
Yes. Turns out like that often.
Yes,
Anything
let's
else?
talk about that. No.
Yeah, what's my purpose?
Monty will answer that.
No, I mean, that's what the people usually ask. Yeah, what's my purpose? You know?
I'm trying to write a joke that incorporates a dolphin. What's my purpose? Flipper. That's your purpose.
Andrew, have you ever considered answering that question when your purpose is to find what's your purpose?
Yes, I've actually said your purpose to find your purpose. Now you have no other purpose because you just found your purpose. Or I've also said your purpose was to ask that question and you have no more purposes left. Bye.
Yeah, I was about to say, I love that one. What's your purpose? To ask that question. You have hit nirvana. See you on the other side.
Yeah, I've said that many times, actually. And I get that dumb stare look from, like, even though it's radio, there's no video, you could feel the dumb stare coming back at you.
I call it the fluoride stare. What?
Exactly. The Karen stare through the radio.
Well, anyways, I was thinking that we need to make fun of. Well, first of all, I'm gonna come clean. I'm a bloody hermit.
You're a what?
A hermit.
A hermit.
Okay, well, welcome to the crowd. I think 80% of the crowd here is hermits. If you're a hermit, type in the chat room yes or no.
Yeah, so I'd like to say I haven't seen you at the meetings.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so yes, you're around a bunch of friends. So
that's nice.
Yeah. This is the hermit. The hermit. Hi, my name is Ignacio, and a hermit. Tell us something about yourself.
No, hermits unite eventually.
You want to? Well, anyways, I like that we have to wear masks now because I don't have to show my face.
There was a police report that the armed suspect was unmasked. That's 2020 for you.
That's the armed suspect was unmasked.
I went shopping yesterday, and I feel like I'm in a holdup everywhere I go, or I'm in a scene from MASH. It's just really weird reality that we're in, where everyone's wearing a mask. And apparently, was it The Guardian or some stupid far left reality twat? Because of masks, it's intensifying the male gaze, and it's sexist.
Yep. So Ignacio, how old are you?
23.
23. So you're in the millennial crowd. Do you use TikTok at all?
No. Actually, I just created Facebook today. My God.
Holy shit! You just created today.
13 years in. Yeah, maybe I'll join.
Maybe I'll join. Definitely millennial. Do you know anyone that does TikToking?
Well, my sister actually. She started. No, nothing special, but no, I don't get it. I don't even get social media. I mean, I guess I'm antisocial. I mean,
being a hermit does that. Where it's like, why is everyone getting together? It seems odd.
So on TikTok and on YouTube, there's this guy. His channel is I Stare at You. Literally, I stare, happy stare. So he just sits in a super meditative pose. He just sits in this super meditative pose with his hands up, smiling for 30 straight minutes.
I think I heard about this.
Well, this guy was in mid-smiling mode, and somebody broke into his house and came on camera and looked at him. You can see the camera, the kid smiling at him, and the guy's like, what the fuck? And he runs out the house.
I shared on my social media just in the last 12 hours. So a burglar breaks into the house, and I shined a red laser dot on his chest, and the cat took care of the rest.
Cat took care of the rest, exactly.
Yeah.
So why did the hermit stay in his house?
Well, many reasons, but why?
To stay the hell away from society.
Yeah. Why did the hermit leave his house?
Probably because he was hungry.
No, he was told to shelter in place.
Yeah, well, that's you just described the first lockdown back in March, where after 6 years of being a hermit, I'll start a business and I'll start dating, and then lockdown. Thank you, universe, for that one. Then the government says no, you can't go outside. well, fuck that. Maybe I want to now.
Exactly. Maybe I want to now.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we need to poke fun at fandoms more, because man, they're cesspool sometimes.
What was that? I didn't hear what you said.
I said we need to make fun at.
Can you put a speakerphone on? It sounds like you're like 6 feet away from the phone.
No, I'm sorry.
It's
Through the computer.
Okay.
I
Just
can
kind of come.
make it
You gotta
closer.
come. You gotta come a little closer then.
All right. How's this?
Not any better.
Damn it.
There we go. Now, for a second, you were good.
And
This side?
a
No.
little bit better. And James saying is the
Oh,
day
anyways,
that comedy
I'll
died.
try to, do what I can.
Well, thanks a lot for calling in, man. You did make us laugh.
Yes.
Okay, you did.
I have a bunch more.
Well, we got to move on to our next caller. Thanks,
All
Doug.
right.
Call in next Friday and have better material.
Okay,
And yes,
I'll just use what I still have it. But yeah, I'll do that. Anyways, should I like? Wait. It's shameless self-sponsor time.
Go ahead.
So I just made a Facebook, right? And it's Sebastian. Actually, it's Seb Goldsma. That's GOSWA. Just Seb Goldsma.
Just type it into the chat room.
All right, that's right.
All right. Thanks a lot for calling in, brother.
It was
All
fun.
right. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Robert, let's spin up that wheel of community callers. And if anybody is in the bathtub, let's let that wheel of callers choose who's next.
Alrighty. Well, Byron Elliott, let's send you a request.
The author?
Byron,
Hello.
are you there? How are you doing today? Where are you calling from?
I'm in Gold Coast, Australia today.
Gold Coast, Australia. Welcome to the
Hey.
show. What funny things do you have to tell us?
We could walk
Well,
to each other.
We could walk to each other. You're pretty close. I just wanted to share that I've been doing 2 weeks of catch up on the content, and my biggest takeaway is that I want to start smoking.
Congratulations.
I know.
One of
Seeing you
us.
smoke.
One of us. And especially in a pandemic, you want to have a cough. You'll be very popular.
Absolutely. But then that brought me to ideas of you guys should have sponsors on the show, like American Spirits, possibly literal cigarettes, not the actual.
That is what I'm smoking.
Nice. That's
That
awesome.
is the natural, nothing added.
I
Then
actually
I
had
thought of-
someone
Go ahead.
actually comment on a past show. It's like, do you guys take acid or smoke weed? It's like, no, just tea. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing this almost natural.
Yeah.
I think
Every
that
now
makes it
and
worse.
I may have a Coca-Cola. Yeah, the Mexican
Ooh.
version without the high fructose corn syrup in it. So, what have we made you laugh about today?
Mostly Karens.
Mostly
Karens today were
Karens.
good.
Yes.
I was thinking of other show sponsors though, and thinking of like Dead or Alive, brought to you by Karen Be Gone aerosol spray.
Ah, that's merch we can sell.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or Karen,
And
Karen
it's just repackaged pepper spray called Karen Be Gone.
Yeah. Begs the question, what do you call a gathering of Karens? Like if a gathering of crows is a murder.
5G protest.
5G protest. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. It was a 5G protest of Karens.
So you said you're kind of new to listening to me?
Yeah, I'm like 2 weeks into like 8 hours a day doing all this catch up. So
What's it like going from serious show to seeing us do these types of shows?
I think it's great. It's nice to see all, even in Galactic History, your different side of personality comes out. So that's pretty fun just to see the whole rounded aspect of you. So,
You know, compared to a lot of other presenters who won't laugh at anything, dead stare for everything.
no, it's great. It's real. One other idea I had in listening to the last bit was to see if you could do a show response with like a computer that has 8 buttons of like, one button's obviously no readings today. What else could you come up with if you just had to press a button? to respond.
So automated responses.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of the buttons would be about colonics. There is no easy button. You're all old souls. You don't get to do the hard. You don't get to do it the easy way.
Nice.
It's not about your past lives. It's about what you're not doing this life. And
I bet you could do an hour show.
And if you're a Karen, don't call in.
Yeah, I do like the promo that I keep seeing. It's like, you know, it's the Holy Grail. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I know that way too well.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about, which is really annoying. It's like, well, what's the Holy Grail? Do I have to go on get a horse and go on a quest now? I don't know the context of the statement.
Yes. Another button is if you want to know your purpose, press 5, and it just silence for 9 hours.
If you would like to talk to a Karen, just go inside without a mask.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, that's all I got.
All right,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun to talk to you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Robert, let's spin up the wheel of callers and do one more caller.
Okie dokie, RC Baron.
RC Baron, are you there?
Sounds like a
Hello.
soft drink.
He's not unmuted. You're not by your device, RC. And we hear you running, and you just stubbed your toe.
We have a visual.
Well, do we want to see the visual?
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. How you doing, RC?
You probably don't want to see the visual. I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Great. So did we make you laugh today?
Oh my God, yes.
What did we make you laugh about?
Oh, I loved it from the start with the cats and dogs and the Karens. I didn't know about the Karens, so I learned something new.
So yeah, it'd be a good idea to go on YouTube and just type in Karen compilation or Karen freaks out, and you'll see 10,000 videos of people catching Karen freaking out and melting down and talking to managers.
Yeah, even Ben Shapiro is using Karens as a title in their Daily Wire videos.
Yes, and there's one particular Karen video I'll mention. It's about a white lady in this black and white striped dress in a 7-Eleven who is yelling at this Native American girl, telling her to go back to her own country to stop to speak English. And the woman's like, "I'm Native American, Miss Colonizer." And then this woman was on this racist rant, and this Native American woman just reaches back and slaps this Karen so hard you can see the hand imprint on her face, and she just starts crying and runs outside.
Yeah, I've seen some of that in the protests in Portland where like, why are you hurting me? You've just thrown bricks at police for 6 hours and you're being arrested and you wonder what's happening. It's like there are people when they actually get shot by the pepper balls and everything else like that and they're crying because they think they're in a video game where like, no, we've got it's our free speech and we can protest and burn things down. And then when the police defend themselves, ironically, they start crying like a little bitch. It's just
Karen has instructed many people on how to act.
Exactly. The mid. How was the end of 2020 on Earth? It was the rise of Karen. The
rise
Wars.
of Karens, exactly.
The Karen Wars have started.
Exactly. The Karen Wars. It'll be Karen that creates the awakening.
Can you imagine a Karen in the Oval Office?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a Chad. Yeah, he's a Chad. So what funny things do you have to say for us?
Okay, I have a joke.
Ooh, go ahead.
So 2 girlfriends meet after many years of not seeing each other. And one asks the other, "What do you do?" She goes, "Oh, I work in an office and it's really nice. My boss and I go to work. And after a while, he says, let's go have coffee. And after coffee, I go take a shower. I go back to work. And then after a while, he says, let's go have lunch. And we go have lunch. Then I go home and I take a shower. Then I go back to work and we take a break and I go take a shower and we have dinner. I go take a shower." And she says, "What do you do?" She goes, "I'm a prostitute too, but I'm not as fussy as you are."
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Nice.
that's good. That's really good.
That's one of our top 5.
Yes, that's definitely one of our top 5. We got
So when did you decide to join politics? Yeah.
That joke could have gone a bunch of different ways. You could have talked about being a housewife, a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah, well, yeah, it used to be like you could. There's a framework with jokes where it comes out of racism, where why does an Aboriginal or why does a black, and then it go why does blonde jokes. We've got to the point now where it's Karen jokes, and yeah, I think it was about 3 months ago. Someone said we have to stop saying Karens because it's racist. It's demeaning and like ooh. And I had a friend pointing out like because I'm not really a racist. I hate you all equally. Let's be fair. Because we're all human, except for the ones who aren't. But
those transhumans.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'd rather talk to an AI. I'd rather talk to an AI on the phone than a Karen now these days. It's interesting. Yeah, it's like it's racist, but how white people calling other white people a name's not racist. It's offensive and mean, but it's not racist.
Exactly. All right, RC. Thanks a lot for calling. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Monty. We've reached the end of the show. So why don't you give people a way to get a hold of you?
I have my YouTube channel called Wafer Thin Entertainment. I think I'm 2 subs away from having 300. I'm popular apparently. As well, and I've got my Facebook, which is monty.dean.5. I am the 5th, which is really annoying when I Google myself. I was like, what the hell? And also the movie Waiting comes up. I think it's Waiting. And on Twitter, if you go into that war zone, just go in. Don't try and be a social anarchist or anything. Just go in for the comedy. It is at Real Monty Dean. And on Instagram for the memes, it is monty.dean.
Is there a prize for the 300th sub?
Honor, glory.
Honor, glory, and we'll make a joke about you.
Yep. And I'll say right here, in 2 lifetimes, I'll probably be able to give you something.
Just 2 lifetimes. Don't worry about it. You'll forget about it.
A couple of lifetimes.
Yeah.
As we take this body from a carbon base into a crystalline base, and I'm planning to live for 1,000 years. You may wait a while, but I will. In two lifetimes, we'll be in the Boots constellation, and I'll probably give you a T-shirt.
And we want to remind everyone, we are going to be back on this Tuesday with Martina Grubmuller and myself, where we'll be talking some very advanced subject matters. But we all want you to hit like on this video, subscribe on this video. Please share it on your social media wide and far. All right, Robert, take us away.
See you, everybody.
Each different bubble of reality is true. A galactic historian is a person that looks at all the lines of dramatic karma. Nudge, nudge, it's the Holy Grail. Improvised. Mysterious. It's counter psychic intelligence. Why is DNA farming of this star cluster so important? Because we do manifest our reality. We do create our reality.